So that was the Comic-Con panel, and overall I'd say, yeah, it's pretty good. I've seen some people on the internet talking about it, saying they're slightly disappointed, and I get why. The trailer didn't really show much, but I have a theory about the trailer, which I'll get into later. But the panel itself actually yielded quite a few secrets and surprises along the way. I think the biggest thing to take away is that Series 13 is going to be one long story where each episode leans into the next. It's one long 8-part story, with Chris Chibnall saying each episode is a chapter in the big story. This is great. This is something I've wanted for a while from Doctor Who. The problem with Series 12, for me at least, is that you had episodes which felt important and ones which didn't, so just having one long story makes them all feel as important as each other. We also have the confirmation that every single episode ends on a cliffhanger, which is great. It will do wonders for the ratings, and I love a good cliffhanger, so, having 7 of them is just going to be brilliant. Also, I think last time Doctor Who did a big sort of long story like this was for Torchwood Children of Earth, which is regarded as a phenomenal story, so this seems like a very good idea and I'm really here for it. People have been talking about the fact that Doctor Who needs a big format change, and I think this works wonders, and it's really sort of just opened up more possibilities than I thought we would have. Going into this, we knew quite a lot, and I was fairly sure I knew sort of like the structure of the series, but after this, no idea. But yeah, no, in terms of surprises, that one was probably the biggest standout for me. Another interesting thing was the special surprise guest they were teasing turned out to be an actor called Jacob Anderson. It wasn't a returning person like we thought. It wasn't David Tennant, surprisingly, but he's playing a new character called Vinder. And from the promo images we got, he looks great in his role already. He's a recurring character throughout the series. He mentioned he has his own ship, but he's not a companion, he's just someone they encounter throughout the series many times. And again, this is something I've wanted from Doctor Who for ages, characters who aren't companions that they just keep running into. Chris Chibnall said with the fact that this is just one long 8-part story, you get lots of characters from other episodes who stick around and recur throughout the series, which again is great and something that I've wanted from Doctor Who for a long time. And the actor Jacob Anderson seems really passionate about his role, and like I said, I think he looks great in the promo images. And I'm calling it now, he's a Time Lord. I think he might be a Division agent. His uniform seems very similar to all the other ones we've seen. But yeah, he looks very Time Lordish. The fact he has his own ship is also very Time Lordish. And apparently, watching it back, he also mentions his character's hearts, plural, at one point, which again would hint towards the fact he's a Time Lord. But again, this is ticking all the boxes of stuff I've wanted from Doctor Who. One long, overarching story where every episode's important, characters who aren't companions but recur throughout the series. This is shaping up to be a series of just stuff I've wanted. They also talk about lots of returning monsters, which is again great. I want a whole series of returning monsters. I know they didn't say that, but they talked about quite a few coming back, which is good. Obviously from filming we know about Sontarans and the Angels, but it opens up the possibility that there might be even more. Something interesting to note as well, when they were asked about what word they would use to describe the series, Chris Chibnall used the word swarm, which immediately made me think of the Vashta Narada. Don't know why, they're probably not in it, but that's just the first thought that came to mind. That's interesting, as a revolving around some swarm. If I would have as a guess, I'd say some sort of time-eating swarm, which ties in with all the time windows and things we've been seeing. It's all really interesting, and it's all just stuff I've wanted from Doctor Who for ages. Returning monsters, check. One long story, check. Returning characters who aren't companions, check. Guest cast characters staying on for more than one episode and recurring throughout the series, check. This is all turning out to be just really good, and then obviously it ended with a trailer. The trailer in the grand scheme of things is pretty short. It's more of a teaser, I'd say, than an actual trailer, but it's actually really interesting. I saw a lot of people saying they were disappointed by it. I get why. It doesn't show any monsters or anything. The closer we get to monsters, just sort of like these robot drone things. But actually I really like it. I think it gives a good sense of the vibe of the series, sort of more serious tone. We've seen Jodie's Doctor looking quite serious, which is really good because she's been better in her more serious moments. It feels very threatening, it feels like it's big stakes. We see shots of all the characters, which is great. And also there's some more interestingly hidden details. I'll probably do a full trailer breakdown at some point during the next week, maybe even tomorrow. But the trailer itself I actually really like. It also has an emphasis on alien planets as opposed to Earth, which is really good as well, because that's also something I wanted to see from the series. And this is all just turning out to be great, to be fair. This is me very intrigued and also excited. Something else worth noting is that there's also a website which has appeared called /mystery, and it's got Save the Doctor on it, and there's like a password which you have to crack, which is very interesting, and it links to Series 13. And at the end of the Series 13 trailer, if you look carefully where it says Doctor Who returns later this year, it also says /mystery very faintly at the bottom, so this is really interesting. I like the fact that they're giving us all sort of a challenge to work out. Maybe we see some new Series 13 content if we crack the password, so get on it. Also, maybe this trailer is supposed to be like a package of clues which lead us to this password. Whatever it is, this is all really interesting. And if anything, this series is going to be very unique. Like I said, I love the one long story idea. I like the idea of all the recurring characters, the old monsters, and the trailer's got me all just really excited, and I can't wait. Hopefully we get a release date soon. Please don't make me wait any longer. But that's all I really have to say on the San Diego Comic-Con panel. Hopefully I'll get some sort of trailer breakdown next week. That's if I can actually find anything interesting to talk about. But yeah, tell me what you think down in the comments section below. And in the meantime, I've been Cyberman Alpha, and from me for now, it's goodbye.